Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Ryan. Welcome back to Indie 5 Fridays. Today, this is going to be the second video that goes up for Indie 5 Fridays, and I am super excited about this one. This game is called Return Chapter 0, and I didn't know a lot about this game coming into it. All I knew is that this was going to be a very early build. After playing it though, I am so excited about this game. Now, this is a very early build, so there's still a lot that they haven't added yet, but don't get me wrong, this game is going to be great. Starting off, the first thing I want to talk about is the grappling hook. Grappling hooks are amazing. If you're a developer and you're looking for a way to spice your game up, add a grappling hook. The grappling hook in this game is great. You can use right mouse to open it up, and you can just swing to the next place you're gonna go. There's barrels too, like these barrels right here. They're like, I assume that these barrels are meant to be picked up and thrown at enemies, because when you shoot them, they explode. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. But as of right now, with the grappling hook, it's kind of hard to throw them where they need to go. But when that does become a thing, I am going to be very excited. After grappling hooks, the next coolest thing about this game is the combat. The combat is unlike most combat games where you point and aim and shoot. This one is just point and shoot. There's no aiming involved except for, you know, the target that's provided already. But there's little robots that walk around, and even the robots shooting back at you. Just something about this game, swinging around and blowing up robots, makes me feel really badass. And you know, I'm a loser, so I don't get that. I don't get that a lot. It's hard to say exactly what it is, but there's something about the combat in this game that's just really smooth and satisfying. Every time I blow up one of the robots, it makes me feel like a badass. I don't know what it is, but it's just really satisfying to watch their little heads go flying, and then you can just kick their bodies around and and can I I love it so much. Hey, let's see if I can blow one of them up with these barrels over here. Let's get this guy's attention. Pew. All right, chase me. Yeah, that's so badass. I love it. No. Shit. The next thing I like about this game is this game's style. The style of this game is rogue, and it's very cool. It's hard to describe. It's kind of like it feels like a dystopian future where you're this badass, and you go around and feck people up, and I love it. I don't know. This game's very hard to describe. It's so simple yet so satisfying. And that's the next point, actually, is simplicity. The simplicity of this game is great. I think that there's a lot of games out there that are very complicated, that have a ton of elements to it that you have to learn. But if you're looking for just a chill game to play that's still entertaining and has action, this is the game to play. Now, this game isn't completed yet, so you're gonna have to wait a while before you can play it. But this game is pretty straightforward. You grappling hook around, do parkour and stuff, and you point and shoot. And I think that's awesome. I really like the simplicity and just the lack of complications, I guess. The final thing I like about this game is that it's smooth, especially for a game that's in very early access. This game is very smooth. The doors opening, the zip lining, I'm a dumbass. The grappling hooking. The grapple hooking. Words are so hard. Everything about this game is smooth, and I really like it, especially when it comes to the combat. Having smooth combat is a big plus for games like this, so great job to the developers. So those were some things that I like about this game. Now let's go into things that I think they can improve on. Now, by no means does this game have to improve on anything. I think this game would be fun like it is now, but I think that these developers are wanting to take this game to the next level, and I want to help them get there, because this game really deserves to be at the next level. Things that I think that they could work on or improve on. For starters, the grappling hook, I think, could have a few more functions. It's hard to grappling hook the little explosive barrels and fling them at the enemies the way I think you could. I think if you added that element to the game, kind of like almost like using the force. I mean, not exactly, but like, grapple, you grapple hook the barrel and then you fling it at them and then you shoot the barrel. That would just be like that. I'd feel like James Bond or like the Terminator or something. That would be so cool. Another thing that I really think you need to add is the ability to retract and let out your grappling hook. So what I mean by that is, like, I'm attached to that up there. I would like it if you added the ability for me to, ascend up there and like allow the grappling hook to pull my entire character up there. Same thing vice versa, allowing the character to release slack in the grappling hook and make the chain longer so that he can swing further. I think that would make it a lot easier to navigate around the map and a lot more fun to navigate around the map too. If you've ever played Worlds Adrift, kind of similar to the grappling hook that they have in that game. Second thing I said that would be kind of cool to add, and this is by no means necessary, this could definitely be an arcadey game and it would suit this, it would suit that very well. If it's the direction that you want to go in with the game though, you could add a storyline. This character, I already want to know more about him, and I've been playing the game very briefly. So it would be cool. Oh, this is kind of cool. Look at his swing, and then swing. Nice. That made me feel cool. It's by no means necessary, but if you want to give the main character a storyline, or maybe even add, the ability to buy different equipment and stuff, I think that'd be a cool little addition to the game. But with the awesome gameplay that you have right now, though, the smoothness of the controls, the satisfaction that the controls and the combat provide, it's by no means necessary to give this character a story if you want to make this more of an arcadey game. It's kind of developers' preference and what you guys want to do with it. Third thing I think would be cool to add to the game is multiplayer. I don't know how easy or hard that would be. I'm not a game developer. And by no means, again, is it necessary, but imagine a multiplayer game where everybody's swinging around on grappling hooks and shooting at each other. That would just be pretty cool. But again, not a necessity, just a recommendation. It's hard to improve on a game that it's already looking so promising. I'm somewhat just providing extra things that would help the game go even further. A fourth thing I think this game could benefit from is having a little bit more music. It's very quiet at some points. It makes an ominous effect that it's so quiet, but I think it'd be cool if this game had some action music at some points. It had some ambient music earlier, but or ambient, I still don't know that word. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me how to say that word. But I think having action music at certain points would be pretty cool. For the final thing, I'm going to split it between two different things because I can't decide between these two. For starters, a small thing, which pretty much doesn't even really count as a thing, and it's also a preference thing for the developer. I think it might benefit you if you switch the walk and run. So like shift to run, and then otherwise you're walking. That's just how most games are, and I found myself doing shift a lot, trying to sprint when I was already sprinting, and then shift was the walk key. Or you could just get rid of walk altogether and just have the character run around the map. It adds a level of difficulty to it, because it's harder to, do some of the things while running. So and then the final thing I think it would be cool if you guys add it would be if you don't want to go for a story-based game or story-driven game, you could do an arcadey game, and something that would help with that is levels. I think having maybe a timer on certain levels, or having a speed run on levels, or the ability to unlock things if you get past certain levels, like maybe guns or whatever, I think that would be pretty cool. Having different levels, and there could be puzzle aspects too, like for example, I don't know if it is a thing right now, but I went down here and I see that under the water there is, I just went under there, and look at that, I ended up in a different room. So, cool different puzzle things like that. It seems like this room's pretty empty right now, but you know what I'm saying, just adding puzzles and different enemies and different things as the levels go on, I think that'd be really cool and would give the player an initiative to complete the game and continue playing. It also could give you a way to add DLCs in the future with extra levels. With all that said, let's get into the scores that I've given this game. For potential, I gave this game a 9. I think that this is in a category of its own. I mean, there's lots of combat games, but not all of them have a grappling hook like this. And I think that there's a lot of different directions this game can go with the grappling hook. I think if they want to, they can do a storyline. If they want to, they can do levels. If they want to, they can add multiplayer. There's really a lot of potential for the different things that this game can do. So I'm excited to see which direction they go with it, and I'm excited to play it when it gets finished on the channel. So for potential, it's a 9. For gameplay, I gave this game an 8. The reason why I gave this game an 8 for gameplay is strictly because of the grappling hook not being able to retract. I think that would make the game a lot easier and run smoother, and that's the only thing I counted off points for. Other than that, swinging around is super fun, fighting the robots is super fun, it looks really nice, makes me feel badass. For sound in this game, I gave it a 6. I think that the grappling hook sounds good, sounds cool. I think that the guns sound pretty good. I think that what needs to be worked on is maybe adding some more music. I did assign that score before I heard any of the music. When you go certain places on the map, or maybe it's just like a timer that triggers it, there is some music, but it's not everywhere, and I think it would just make the game a little more fun if there was cool music more often. But again, that's up to the developer, and I think the game is pretty fun even without music, and it doesn't have to be 24/7. It could be when enemies show up, or when you complete a checkpoint, or any of the things like that. For graphics, I gave this game a 6, and that's because I know you guys are working on graphics right now. Everything's very pixelated right now, and I mean, it looks fine. Like, it could be a game right now. I think if you improve on those graphics, that the value of this game will really increase, and I think that you guys are going to be doing that, considering how early access this game is and how the skins on the guns look and stuff right now. I think if you really make this game give it like a rustic, futuristic vibe, that this game could look as good as it feels to play. So for graphics, I gave it a 6. And looking forward to it, I gave it a 10. I honestly am very excited about this game. Guys, these people who made this game are in very, very early access. Like, they've told me that this is like one of the first playable versions. I wanted to stress that the developers of this game believe that this version right now is very, very early for them, which gets me very excited about what they have planned, because if this is their definition of very early, that means they're going to be working on this a lot more before it comes out, and they've clearly already put a lot of effort into this game. So I cannot wait to see how good this game turns out. I'm going to be following them closely, and I encourage everyone here to go follow them closely and support them in any way possible if you like what you've seen here. Down below, I will include links to their social media so you can tell them how cool they are. I will include links to this demo of the game so that you can play it yourself and see how you like it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this game. I think that this game is going to be fantastic, and I have very high expectations for this game now after playing this demo, which is which could be nerve-wracking to the developers, but it's also a good thing. Trust me, I really like what you guys have made here. So other than that, everybody, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you want to see more Indie 5 Fridays, make sure you let me know. Have a good 4th of July tomorrow. If you are from the States, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys next time.